If you want them to chase you, listen and follow this advice. On social media, it sounds smart. In real life, it just makes you feel fake, disconnected, and more anxious. In today's episode of Love Hacks, we're talking about the real way to get someone investing in you, showing interest without losing your power. We'll look at how to let someone feel they matter without going overboard, how to stay emotionally self-sufficient, and why indifference isn't strength, your standards are. If you're tired of either chasing or shutting down so you don't get hurt, this episode is for you. Hello all, I'm Renee and
Here's Michaela. How are you?
I'm doing swell, busy as usual, but swell, thank heaven. And what about you, Michaela?
I'm fine. Busy too, doing a lot of things, but fine.
Right, so we're gonna get right down to it right now.
So what's the topic?
Well, basically it's the real way to get them chasing. Or chasing.
Oh.
Show interest without losing your power.
Wow, right? Sounds interesting. And that's a good thing because it has a lot to do with the last episode. So we can go a little bit further because the idea of this year is that you guys end this 2026 with a partner.
Yeah, exactly. And there's, old school rules sometimes don't fly, but neither do the mega modern ones. You have to find a happy balance, and I think this episode is really going to cover that. So the first tip I'm going to start off with is we should inspire people to continue choosing us through small everyday actions that show we're interested and want them around without being too overbearing. What do you think about that, Michaela?
I do agree. I think it's important to be smart, right? It's not about giving everything and not receiving a thing. It's not about having, as we were talking last time, about a fear, but to be smart about the approach that we are going to have, because we often are so scared to lose someone that we end up just hiding stuff. And what I'm saying is sometimes we know that this person might not be like us, that a lot of a person who shows a lot of affection, and we like to show affection. But if this person is pushing you all the time because you're showing affection in public, it's kind of, that person might not be for you. Why do you are so scared to lose that person?
Yeah, well, exactly. But when you started off, though, again, exactly, you're scared to lose them, but you don't want to come off as overbearing. So you start small.
Exactly.
For example, let's say you're interested in a person and you feel a positive vibe. And so you get them some cookies from your local convenience store. Make sure they don't have peanuts, by the way, because you don't know if they're allergic. And the last thing you want is for them to have an attack, right?
Yeah, but it's better.
Okay. But, a sweet little, or maybe you get them a mango, okay? It's fine. And you say, hey, you want a mango? And the person says, yeah, sure. And you give them the mango. Have a nice day. And they're like, it's a sweet gesture. You gave them some fruit, or you gave them safe cookies, or you bought them a water, or a Sprite or something. I don't know. Any little gesture. I'm using food. And I think to start off with, it kind of should be food, but again, safe, please.
Yeah. I think that one of the biggest problems that we have is that in modern dating is that we often heard in social media that you have to pull back, right? And act like you are distant and pretending that you don't care. But I think that's a mistake. I think that actually we should do the opposite. And as you said, it's about giving something, but exactly, like small bites, right? Like, yeah, slowly. You don't have to rush. And I actually believe that people feel safe investing when they feel that they matter, and that they matter to you. Because if you feel that person is not at all into you, or you don't matter, you don't want to be with this person. It's like normal situation when you talk with a person, and I'm not talking about dating a person, just a person in front of you, and you are like, she is not even listening to me. You want to walk away. And that's exactly the same thing that happens when you are dating someone, or you start to dating someone. And if you act that way, that you don't care, that you're pulling back, and this person is like, this person doesn't care. So why? Why bother? Exactly. So I think that you have, as you said, to go slowly, but show a little bit of interest. And you have to go step by step. And that's when you start dancing. Like, he's giving me something, I'm giving you something,
Yes,
slowly.
exactly. Back and forth. And Michaela, you mentioned something. I mean, this doesn't just apply to as dating. It even applies with, like, for example, let's say you're in a situation where you're seeing somebody and they have they have like siblings, and you kind of want to win them over, and you try to start up a conversation with this person's siblings, and the sibling has a long face. Well, this is what you do. If that sibling is just not bothering to talk to you, like you say, so how's it over in Australia, for example, if the sibling lives, and they're like, oh, well, it's hot. And then they look away, then right there, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm not going to be rude.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I going to try to invest in a person who won't even tell me how the weather in Australia is? Obviously, they don't want to talk to me. So
exactly. And I think that inspiring someone, it's a good thing. I mean, you want to be chosen by this person, right? But you don't have to be over dramatic to impress that person or make them choose you. I mean, you can say stuff or do stuff so, normal and small that you're not giving away anything. Just like, oh, I like you, and you can tell that person, I like you, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to like you the same way in a month. Maybe I will care about you less because you're an asshole. Sorry for my French, but it could change. I mean, how many times you meet someone and you're, oh, this person is so cool, is so nice. And it's like, and I'm not talking again because I want to be clear about this. It can happen with every kind of situation. You meet a person and you're like, oh, she's nice. And then you spend a day with this person and you're like, I know, I don't like this person.
Yes, and it happens.
And like, even the cat says that it happens to him too. So he knows what we're talking about, guys.
Yeah, the cat. He's like, I can tolerate the dogs for 20 minutes, and then you see,
yeah.
He's like, yeah.
And I mean, you can see this person and tell this person, I appreciate you, and I enjoy having spend time with you, and I think it's a good thing because I have a lot of fun when I'm with you. You're just telling this person that you appreciate this person. You're not telling this person that you want to marry him or her. You're just telling, I appreciate you. And then this person knows that you kind of like this person. But it doesn't mean that you're falling in love. You're not telling anything else.
Yeah, you're not giving, and it's like, you're capturing a moment in time. And this is the thing, guys. Time does go up and down. It never comes back. You will feel one way at one moment, and then maybe the complete opposite during another moment. Obviously, you want to avoid a yo-yo, like, oh my God, I love you, and then the next day, I want to murder you. No, we don't want
No. No, that's
right?
extreme, guys.
But within a balanced sort of attraction that has potential, there are going to be obstacles and then flights of joy, etc. Don't expect it all to be happy linear, because that's impossible.
Yeah, I don't know if it happens to you too, but sometimes when you are in a date or after a date, you didn't know if this person was like liking you or something, and you were like, okay, I don't know if the thing went well or not, and you're wondering. And I think that even there, you can do a lot of things to tell this person that you had a good time with. Maybe because you are so scared or so nervous at that moment. And as we said, you try to not showing that you had or feel attracted to this person. But at the end of the day, if you don't say anything, that person might walk away because they don't have a clue about how you felt.
Right. I'm going to throw it.
And so you can even send a text message, like, I had a really good time tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to pull this right out of Bruno Mars. This ice cold Michelle Pfeiffer. Like,
exactly.
Come on, straight masterpieces. Okay, that might happen in some worlds, dimensions, whatever. But no, being an ice queen or an ice king, well, you might as well be an ice cream and melts. That's not reality, okay? Like, being that stoic, no.
Or even,
and don't push over either.
Exactly.
Right?
Or even, that you had a conversation with this person. If you follow the last episode of Love Hacks, you know that sometimes it's better to be curious about how the other person is, and maybe you had another kind of conversation, and it wasn't like, how are you, how was your day, but something more profound and maybe more revealing about what this person likes or do or whatever. And suddenly you remember something about the conversation, and maybe it's about something that they do at work, and you can actually send a message saying, hey, I did, how did your presentation go? You show interest, and you haven't say anything else, but, oh, I remember you talked about a presentation last night or last week. How did it go? Something so simple, but you're showing interest.
Yeah, how are the debts going with your brother?
Exactly. Things like that. But that
yeah, I'm like, no.
Exactly, but it shows that you listen.
Exactly. And a lot of people might not even notice at first, but then when they come around, they'll distinguish, if the person has any sense, they'll distinguish between someone who listens and someone who doesn't, because a lot of people don't listen.
Exactly. And again, it's not about chasing, it's about letting someone feel that they matter without, disappearing into a relationship. It's just saying that you matter.
You matter to me. I care about you, but I'm not trying to suffocate you by love bombing you, which can go either way, though men are more known for it. But women do it too, and honestly, at the same time, you're showing interest, but you're still showing that you're emotionally self-sufficient. And this is another very important aspect of being able to perhaps create a relationship with an individual. You must show that you're emotionally self-sufficient. I'm going to give an example. You walk, now all these songs, sorry, they're coming into my head, are really old. This one's Carly's song. You walked into you had a peach-colored something, and but that I'd be your, you're so vain. Okay, I'm thinking about that song, the lyrics. Those of you who know about it, good. And those of you who don't, learn. Go check it out. It's old, but it's good. What I'm getting at is that Whether walking like with the person or you walk in alone, you must always show that you can stand on your own
Absolutely.
without overbearing or overly arrogant, but that you're not cling on. There's nothing more annoying, sorry folks, than, oh my God, well, I'm walking in with my boyfriend and now I'm not gonna unglue from him till kingdom come, or vice versa. Hey, I'm walking in with my babe
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can't talk to other people. And it's like, I'm gonna puke in my mouth.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally. And you know what? I'm going to say something, a very cruel reality and truth in the dating world. One of the most attractive things in dating and qualities is self-sufficiency. Everybody is like, wow, this person doesn't need me. You know, like, and it's not being, it's not about coldness, it's not about indifference at all. It's just, you know, the ability to feel something that you don't need, that the person in front of you can feel that you don't need them, that you're not need someone to exist. That makes you super sexy because they know that they have to make efforts, because otherwise they can lose you, or even, you know, go nowhere because someone else is going to be there, maybe because you are sufficient. Sorry.
Yeah, no, exactly. You don't want to be, no, you don't want to be the sun king, not that arrogant, but no, but have people know that you are a sun, that you're a star in the sense, hey, I have my own light. I am the shadow of no one. You know, guys, I'm gonna take a minute to recommend an album that just came out by Lily Allen. The title, I think, is West End Girl. I really like the songs. Lily Allen has suffered a breakup. It takes two to tango, but the songs are very, you know, she's been through pain and that, but she's, instead of, look what happened. She went through something bad. Of course, she has her flaws. At the end of the day, instead of sinking into the worst depression possible, maybe, yeah, she's probably cried. I mean, I'm not best friends with, I don't even know her, but I think she's really talented. And out of that pain, she created something amazing. She brought her own light to it.
Yeah.
I love these freaking songs. They're awesome. I really, you can get them on YouTube and probably Spotify. But what I'm getting at is that this woman, she, you know, had a fallout with her husband. I think he was her husband. And now, from that pain, she has made amazing music. And she's standing on her own. And I'm willing to bet she can walk into any party all on her own. But perhaps even when she was with this supposed husband of hers, she was able to mingle with different people. And again, that's about being self-sufficient.
Exactly. And another thing, maybe the guy is calling you in, I don't know, maybe late at night. And one of the things you can answer to this person and show that you owned yourself and you don't need anyone. Like, what I'm trying to say is how emotional self-sufficiency sounds, right? Yeah. This person is calling you at 10 o'clock at night. And this person wants to see you. Obviously, you want to see that person, but you can't say yes at that time because it's a booty call. And that's not the signal that you want to give that to give to this person, because he's going to take it in the very bad way. Like, this person is always available to me. So what you can say instead of yes, you can actually say, I love to see you this week or tonight, whatever the day is. And then say, but it doesn't work for me right now, but if it worked for you next week, it will be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Set a date. And if he doesn't go with it, well, that's his problem.
Exactly. But you are inviting this person to see this person later, another day, during the other week or tomorrow, whatever. You can change the text. I mean, it's just an example. But what you're saying is like, okay, I want to see you. Yes, I want to see you, but it doesn't work for me right now. But it will be nice if we can see each other another day if it worked for you. You are inviting this person to see you again, but not tonight. So you're putting, in this case, you're doing something very important, and I want to be clear. You are setting some boundaries because you're telling me it doesn't work for me right now. You are showing him that you don't need to see him because
not desperate.
You are not desperate. And then you're inviting him to see you later. So you are doing the right thing because you're not being... And actually, you can put at the end of the text a winky emoji, like playful thing, like it doesn't work for you, it's fine. And this person is like, oh, and she's not mad at all.
She's not mad, but she's telling me that she's not going to offer her whatever's at my beck and call. Like
exactly.
Right? So like the old, because you see in the past, yes, we always got that. Well, I used to get that advice all the time. Never be an ice queen, like that song I mentioned. And that, sadly, these days, not even sadly, but the truth be told, being an ice queen or an ice king,
it can backfire.
Exactly, like because it's too extreme, and extremes, folks, we've seen it over and over again. They don't work. You got to find, and I'm not going to get religious, but well, sorry.
Yeah, but what we are trying to say here is that you are allowed to feel anxious. It's normal. You are also allowed to care about the person, but the key here is that you have to be able to process that anxiety inside of you. Mm-hmm. You know, to be able to put your boundaries. Like we said, it's important that you let this person know that you're not there 100% of the time, like 24 hours every time that this person is trying to see you. You are going to feel anxious because you want to see that person. It's normal, but you have to control yourself and say, no, I can't. I mean, you have your tools. Every relationship that you went through and didn't work gave you tools. Use those tools.
Learning experience.
And when someone feels that you are like there for them all the time, that's not going to work because you are actually giving everything without any kind of effort, and you are actually giving the wrong signals to this person.
Looking for real conversations about love, connection, and everything in between? Listen to Love Hacks. Honest, heartfelt, and in 4 languages: English, Espanol, Francais, and Portuguese. Find your version wherever you get your podcast. See you soon.
Yeah, so well, I'm gonna wrap it up in a nutshell here. Basically, you can't be ruff, ruff, sit, ooh, sit, good dog. You can't be that, and you can't be ice queen. Okay, exactly. You can't. Neither is good. You know, like, hey, I brought you some flowers. Oh. Thanks. I mean, no expression like an ice queen, right? With blank eyes and no smile, nothing. And you can't be, oh my God, you thought of me just by showing one of your teeth at me. Is that a smile? Oh, and let's go to the party and I'm going to be your dog no. So, I mean, out of the 2, I still prefer ice queen, but guys, that really doesn't work either because that makes you completely unapproachable. But don't be woofy doormat. Like, yes sir, 3 bags full. Here I am. Tread all over me and tell me you need me, and then you dump me, and then this is terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. It's not a good option. And
Yes.
another thing that happens a lot is that we are so scared, as I was saying at the beginning, to lose someone, that we prefer to settle with this person because we are so scared to be honest and that this person is gonna say no to us because maybe we are too much, or maybe because we are going to scare them away or whatever. The question that you have to ask yourself is, what is actually riskier? Being honest about what you want and losing someone who wasn't ready to be with you and accept what you need, or lowering your standards and hiding your needs, or ending up with a relationship where you never feel actually fully chosen because you are just giving yourself to someone because you are scared of losing them. That's what I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, exactly. You don't, I mean, if somebody, let's say you meet someone who is like, hey, yeah, I dig you. Yeah, and this person is into, let's say, satanic music, and I mean, they're like, yeah, I like listening to demon worship. Yeah, you're hot, and I like you, and do you like that? And in your head, you're like, I've never listened to demonic music, for example. But the guy is all over, or the woman is like, oh yeah, look at my black nail, and nothing against black nails. I've had them myself. Okay, this is not the point. The point is, okay, so you're like, and then, well, I'm going to use a he here. Yeah, so I think you and I could build something. I mean, we can go watch The Exorcist 25 times and blah, blah, blah. And then in your head, you're like, yeah. And I like watching Mass all day long. Are you in? And you're like, yeah, I really like it. Okay. Versus, hey, we get along so well, I got a lot of things to do, but we have the same sense of humor, blah, blah, blah. But, well, I need to think about it. Well, here, are you going to act like, again, this is an extreme. Are you going to act like Mrs. Satanic? I love watching Mass and satanic stuff just to have a person with you? Or are you going to say, hey, I like you too. All right, let's see, or crack some jokes with a person who's more aligned with you.
Yeah.
Well, option B, in my opinion, even if you lose out, even if the person ends up saying, you know what, I really like you as a friend. So you're on the friend one. But that's still more down your path than going down with, hey, well, let's watch some blood sacrifices tonight.
Yeah.
I really, I'm giving extremes, but
yeah, at the end of the day, what we are trying to say here is the one thing is gonna, maybe choosing yourself, maybe it's gonna cost you a connection, right? But the other can cost you years of your life because you choose the wrong thing. And when you are willing to show interest and be clear about what you are available for, some people, they will leave. Absolutely. But not because you did something wrong. And that's something that you have to understand. It's not because you did something wrong. It's because they were never going to meet you in the right place.
Exactly.
So it's better to choose yourself than choosing something because you were scared of losing someone who wasn't for you and lose years of your life.
Exactly. Like it's just better to, and yeah, you might end up alone for a while, or maybe for, you know what? Do not look at that as doom. No. Well, I mean, better alone than with, hey, you didn't make my satanic beast.
Yeah. You know what, guys? That's not a loss. Actually,
No.
that's information. That's a very important information. These people are telling you that they are not they are not going to meet you in the right place or in the first place, because that's not what they're looking for. So it's better to choose yourself and let them go and say, okay, it didn't work, that connection didn't work, but I'm not spending and losing years and energy of my life and time with the wrong person.
Because that time, guys, again, and every episode I mentioned, time is not like money. You know how people say time is money? No, it's not the same. Because money, you can recover it. Time, unless you're Marty McFly,
yeah. And it's better to do that. Believe me. And going back to coldness and, ice girls and pretending that you don't care, I'm going to make an emphasis about something. And you need to understand that when you are acting like indifferent, or that's not showing strength at all.
no. And that's what a lot of us have been taught, by the way. Oh, be indifferent. No, that's crap.
The thing, and I know we said it the last time in the last podcast, and we are saying this a lot in our podcast, is that standards are strength, are the most important things in a relationship. And the sexiest thing in a relationship are standards, boundaries, guys. Don't be afraid of put boundaries.
Exactly. Because, I mean, let me put it to you this way. You want to be with somebody who's going to make you get old fast? Like, we're all vain, or most of us are. You want to get old fast? Be with somebody who's not compatible with you, okay? And or if you're heartbroken by someone and you're in a fuzzy situation, well, rather than being indifferent, even if you don't get back together with that person, unless the person is really resistant and is indifferent or tries to behave like that and it's impossible to break through, well, then just throw in the towel. But if not, sit down, have a mature chat and say, okay, we didn't work because of this. Can we fix it? Maybe. And if we can't, you know what? We can't fix it, but no bad blood.
Yeah.
And you're setting your standards, and you're not showing indifference. This whole indifference thing is a thing that was inculcated, I would say, back with
social media does that a lot, like telling you that act like you don't care and you have the power, or keep them guessing, they will choose you. That's BS, guys. That's BS. It doesn't work like that. And I'm sorry to tell you that it doesn't work. The truth is, I don't care energy is just fear to address the things that you have to talk about. You have to talk about things that matter. Otherwise, you're losing your time. And real strength doesn't look like ignoring to create anxiety to someone, or pretending you are unbothered when they are hurting you. Because what they are learning is that they can do that and you're not going to react at all. So that's not the good situation you want to be in or find yourself in the future. You have to tell this person when they are acting wrong, because that is not what you want. That shows respect, that you love yourself and you respect yourself. It's so important. So you have to know what you want. That's very important, because otherwise you cannot say stop. Don't do this. So you need to know what you want. And you have to be willing to show interest. because otherwise this person is never going to know if you like them or not. So it's going to be hard for them to choose you. And being ready to walk away if the person is not doing the work, and if the way they treat you doesn't match your standards, you have to walk away.
Exactly. Like, without losing, like, I know it's easier said than done, but hey, you're avoiding, again, guys, I need to mention this, Michaela. A lot of the illnesses we see today stem from emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, your health, your mental and physical, they go hand in hand, are based on, yes, and I'm not saying 100% of the time, but a lot of the time, on how you are emotionally. And if you allow yourself to get tortured, or if you're putting on an act of indifference, your body and mind are going to pay for it. So if a person, like we said earlier, if a person doesn't reciprocate, doesn't even make one iota of effort to talk to you or whatever, though you took the first step, save yourselves the grief. Stay away. If you are talking with somebody, well, then don't shut the doors immediately. Don't be ice queen or king either.
Yeah, we need to understand something, that indifference is a costume that we are wearing. But standards are the backbone.
Yeah. And those standards will come if you like I said, light conversation, if you're interested in the person. Hey, here, I bought you this cupcake. Are you allergic to peanuts? No, I'm just kidding.
But you're right, because at the end of the day, as you said, you don't need to be cold to be powerful.
Yeah.
Actually, you have to be clear. That's all you need to be powerful. Being clear and talk with clarity what you need and what you want makes you powerful.
Yeah, and guys, the indifference game, my goodness. I'm just going to say this, and I have not seen the new version of this story that I know by heart. In the movies is going to be Wuthering Heights. I'm going to see it. I don't think it's going to be my ideal version, but well, Jacob Elordi is so hot, so. And a lot of guys like Margot Robbie. Yeah, she's beautiful, but she's a bit old for the role, but that's my opinion. However, the story of Wuthering Heights is based on people resisting and trying to show indifference. And what did they get in the end? Well, I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to say,
damn.
Right? Frustration and for what? Watch Jane Eyre, or better yet, read Jane Eyre. That makes more sense in that sense, in what we're talking about. Okay? Mrs. Cold Queen, oh yes, nobody more beautiful than me and nobody can be with me. Greta Garbo, how'd she end up? Old and alone. And she used to say, I want to be alone. And she ended up alone and died.
Alone,
all right?
But happy.
Well, I don't know if happy. I can't remember.
I don't remember either, but I mean, it's better to die alone and happy than die with someone and unhappy.
Yeah. Like Natalie.
The thing, guys, is that you are not powerful because you don't feel anything. You are powerful because you don't abandon yourselves. Yeah. Even when you feel everything. That's super powerful phrase. I think that when you don't abandon yourself, when you feel everything, it's because you have the power to make things right.
All right, guys. So we're done. We really hope that this, guys, enjoy your lives. Okay. Have a wonderful week. Michaela and I wish you that.
And we'll see you next time.
We will. May the force be with you. Bye.
Bye.